Welcome in, everybody. I wanted to make a video about the October aged Sheng group buy, which was a project that my friend Phobos and I decided to put together in the T Discord. It was a group that was formed the last week of September. The aged Sheng group buy was going to be a purchase from King T Mall, aka KTM. We know John, the guy who runs the company. We've spoken with him. Other people in the Discord have really liked his stuff, his oolong, his pour, pretty much everything. So we thought we'd give it a go. Our aim was to go and look at what his kind of slightly older stuff was, maybe about 2011 and older. And we wanted larger cakes because we wanted to be able to split it up in such a way that everyone would get a fair share. So we limited it to 250 gram cakes or above. So our goal was 10 people, 10 cakes, broken into 10 samples. Everybody gets an equal portion. North America only, pretty much all were, I think, United States. Just want to cut down on the shipping time, the costs. You know, mailing everything, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work. So we decided we were going to try to make it so that all of the shipments would come into one spot and we could process it all there. Multiple members of the group were in the area, including myself and including Phil of Old Ways Tea and some others. So we decided that that would be a good spot to do it. And so when we would get the tea, then we'd meet up and process it at that time. It took about a week once we started the group. Phobos and I had kind of talked a little bit about getting something like this going beforehand, but formally starting to actually getting tea purchased took about a week. We got 10 people in pretty quickly. There were a couple people that flip-flopped and decided they wanted out, and then we got new people in. But even with all that, it only took us till about the end of September to finalize everything. Okay, so a little bit about the methodology. We decided that we were going to have each person nominate 3 cakes, and that was going to be how they were going to do it. They're going to nominate 3 cakes. We would have the group, including the person who put the cake on the board, vote for them, you know, tiered voting, first, second, third, and then we would pick the winner of each person and go with that. We did allow for duplicates in the nomination process, but of course, by the end of it, we wouldn't have any duplicates win. And that actually did come up. 8 winners were outright winners in the end, but 2 had to be settled by tiebreak. One of them, the person who nominated the tea, flip-flopped their votes, and that made that nicer. And then the other one, we talked it as a group and decided we were going to go with that one. So we ended up with 4 Dai cakes, 3 Shaguan cakes, 1 Chunsheng Hao, 1 Haiwan, and 1 Shengjiang Mengku. 6 of the cakes were normal 357 gram bings. 1 was a 500 gram bing, 1 400 gram bing, 1 250 gram bing, and then 1 250 gram tuo. So we put the order in on October 1st, and it was delivered to the Bay Area on October 22nd. We picked it up the next day and processed it on the weekend of that week, so the 27th, I believe. Each person who chose the tea that ended up winning would receive the wrapper when we mailed it out to them. So we got together early, I think 10 o'clock or so on that Sunday. Phil, my friend Everest, and myself, and Phil's wife Mengjiao, and they were very gracious hosts. We had some tea, and then we got down to business, taking pictures, unwrapping everything, measuring things in terms of weight, trying to figure out, okay, how much does this cake go into? How much does this cake go into? Trying to figure out an equitable way to make sure everybody gets a kind of an equal and even portion of everything. There was a lot of learning that went on in terms of actually breaking the bings apart. I took a couple of videos of those, and I'll link those down in the description. But yeah, 3 people total. It took about 12 man hours total. And in the end, we had about 50 grams of total tea left over as like dust or fannings or whatever you want to call it. And then so we had it all in a gaiwan. We filtered it through a sieve, and the finest stuff we made into pucha, like matcha, but with pour. So then we did a pour over of that. Actually, it was really tasty, not bad. And then the rest we portioned out into 3 equal portions, and Phil and Everest and I took about, I don't know, 13 grams each of the actual leaf that was left over. Everyone was really pleased with how it went down. Phil mailed everything out on Monday, and pretty much everybody got it 2-3 days later. So they're already trying the teas. We have a doc put together that we're going to share internally that we'll go over tasting notes. Some of us are putting the tea in for a month. Some of us are drinking it right away. Some of us are drinking some of it and then putting the rest in storage. You know, everybody's different. They're going to take their own route, and that's fine. It was really cool, though, that King Tea Mall started a 10% off sale right as we were finalizing our selections, which helped a lot. I mean, we're talking hundreds of dollars of tea, and to be able to cut 10% off that really helped. And this time, this is my own personal opinion. I haven't talked to Phil or Everest about this, but from the perspective of somebody who processes the tea, I would have said this time everybody paid the same no matter what, and the only difference was the people who picked up their tea locally didn't have to pay shipping. But overall, for the amount of time that it takes to do this, I would say in the future it would be really nice if there were a discount to the people who are processing and packing the tea, because like I said, 12 man hours, you know, we started drinking tea at 10. We started actually working on the tea, you know, about 11, and I think we left at 5, having taken a little bit of a break for lunch. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. So maybe next time we could split maybe 10% of the total cost, discounted in the form of breaking it up based on how many people are in the group buy who are actually doing the processing and packing. So that would be cool. I do want to get back into doing this again because it was so much fun and everyone had a really good time with it. But it is getting into that holiday season. Everybody has their sales going on. It's really hard to decide who's going to be in it. What are we going to buy? What are we going to focus on? You know, Yunnan Sourcing, Crimson Lotus, whoever happens to be selling tea. King Tea Mall again, maybe? Looking at show instead of Sheng. Who's to say, really? But thank you for listening to this. And now I'll show you actually what everybody received. So everybody got a box, and the teas were in order based on our, you know, votings. I don't know if it was alphabetical or just however we put it in our Google Sheets file, but we did that way. Mine was the 2008 Dai 7532. Here's the wrapper, so I get to keep it. And Phil made these really cool stickers to show what the tea is. That was really nice of him. And then he also included a really nice personal sample from his Old Waste stock. And then as well, King Tea Mall sent us 4 samples, so Everest and I split those. And I think I got Naka, Autumn Gushu from 2018, and the 2018 Yu Huangtian sample. So a couple of samples of that. I think they're just 5 or 10 grams, not very much. Okay, so onto the tea itself, so you can see what it looks like. So I'll just start with whatever I pull out. So this was the 2007 Dai Silver Peacock, which was a 250 gram cake. So that's cool. First of the Dai. Second cake is the 2005 Xiaguan Yusheng Tuo, the 250 gram Tuo sticker. So cool. So 1 Xiaguan, 1 Dai. Let's see what else we got here. This is the 2007 Dai Yurun Norcha, which was the tea that was advertised as having been picked entirely by women, which, I don't know, maybe it makes tea taste better. This is the 2010 Chunsheng-hao Jingpin. And this one was the one Phobos picked. He and I actually talked about splitting the cake of that on our own. So if it's good, maybe we will do that. This is the 2008 Shaguan Yu Zhongshan Old Tree. This box smells amazing. This is the 2008 Shunjiang Mengku Wild Arbor King 500-gram cake. Let's see, show you the label. And quite a nice big chunk, because 500 grams, everybody gets a nice big piece. Okay, we got the 2007 Dai Silver Color Cake. Different from the Silver Peacock. I think it's just called Silver Color in Chinese tea. A lot of these teas kind of look similar. I haven't had a chance to actually look really carefully at what everything is. This is the 2005 Taiwan Laotongji Nongjiangjing. I know I'm butchering these Chinese words, but that's what they are. This is the leftover fannings from the pour processing. This is the tea that everybody was really hyped about and got the most votes in the voting process, and that's the 2013 Shaguan Love Forever cake in the paper tome, which is supposed to be the better of the two tomes. And if I show you, I got a couple of nice big pieces on this one, which was nice. Looking forward to drinking that one. I have the sister cake, the Love Everlasting 2013-14, but this one actually has supposedly aged material and possibly from Lao Banjiang, so a little bit of a hype cake. Looking forward to try it. And then the cake that I wanted personally was the 2008 Dai 7532. That's the first batch, 801. I've never had 75, 42, or 32, or any of the Shaguan, the Dai classic recipes, so that was kind of what I focused on in my nominations, and we went with that one. So that's really exciting. I will be drinking some of this tea on my stream later tonight, so look forward to that, and maybe I will highlight that as well and put it up here on the YouTube channel as kind of a sister video to this one. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.